Hello, all you hardcores. We're joined by Max, Mad Max, out of a breadcrumb. How are you doing, Maximus?
I'm good from sunny Malta.
Do any of your mates ever call you Austin Maxi 1750?
Why? Why would they call me that?
You know what one of them is?
An old car, let me guess.
Yeah,
It's
it's an
very
old car.
slow.
You what?
Oh, right. Well, I thought it would be, yeah.
Used to do them in like a sandy colour. My uncle had one. With wood dash, walnut dash, and that, something like that. A wood dash sort of. I think it might have even had a seat across front. I can't remember. Austin Maxi, that's you. Austin Maxi. You know why I
Yeah.
get you on here,
No, I know what.
Max? You know why I get you on here? Because if ever I feel that I'm having a crap day or I'm unhappy about something and I get you on here, I always feel better about my day when I spoke to you, Max. You cheer me up.
Well, at least I'm good for something because I'm bloody useless at everything else.
Well, Max, you're not a boxer, are you, Max? Come on.
Well, can't box eggs. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I've been
let's
looking
be
at you
honest.
today,
Yeah.
Max. I did a video about you today. I'm going to put it out in a couple of days, and you're ranked 47 in Britain, aren't you?
Yeah, I am actually.
Out of
I should be
51.
I should be ranked. But I should be ranked higher than that because the fight me and Julian had, that's not counted. So I'm not going to even contest or even look into that. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, but
So I get
Max,
two or three out this year.
they're not going to count that on box rec, Max, because they dug him up. They don't count dead bodies, Max. You know, as a win.
That's what Chris Smedley used to say.
Yeah,
He goes,
that's what
ah,
Chris
Max,
Medley
our
used to
trouble
say to
country.
Dennis
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
were matchmaking for Dennis. Yeah, he said, "Do you want me to go down City Road, Dennis, and go dig another one up for Ross the boss?" Hey up, pal. Hey up, Dennis. Hey up, Porky Russ. Hey up, Michelle. Bedless digging one up from City Road for me. So, Max, what's been going on in the world of Max?
So training, trying to get some spars in. I will be going down. I'll tell you, I've been invited to spar one of Ryan Rollins' lads. I'm doing that straight after I come back from Malta. Go down and spar with him, Joe Hurt. And he seemed like a nice lad. Then yeah, it's back to work and that. Took obviously 4 or 5 days off, come out here to Malta to see the show out here because it's a. I wanted to see it what it's like because I wouldn't mind being on one of these back end of this year. That's the aim. So
Well,
I just want
effort
to see
in
what it's all
Max, so
about.
I'm going to give you credit, mate. But before you start talking about going and sparring up at Ryan's, why don't you try
Yeah.
just slightly fast walking to start with? Baby steps, Max. It's baby steps. You need to get your fitness up, don't you, before you go up there? Because Ryan won't mess about with you up there. He won't be tickling you.
Yeah. Well,
So you need to be
that's what
prepared,
sparring's all
Max.
about.
Get your fitness up.
Yeah.
You know you
Yeah.
can do it, Max, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just a
Okay.
bit. It's just a bit of discipline, isn't it?
This is a routine now. I'm in a bit of a routine now and a
Yeah,
bit of
yeah. Are you doing a
consistency.
bit of training over in Malta, Max, while you're there?
Yeah. So Dennis has got out here. There's a lad called Brendan. I don't know his last name, and his son. He's going to be added to a few as a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He's got a kickboxing background. Nice enough lad. I'm going to do a bit of body sparring with him out here. Bit of training with his old man. Um, so I'm going to do, we've done bits today. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do that with them tomorrow, next
You're doing
day.
bits, are you, Max?
You what?
You're doing bits, are you?
Bits.
Bits.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, mate. You've got to do your best. You've got to give yourself every opportunity to get the best out of these probably 2 year max because you're not a spring chicken, are you no more? You're probably at your peak or gone by your peak, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, you could
So
say that.
to give yourself that opportunity with what you've got left with coming to the sport late, you've got to give yourself every opportunity, aren't you? And not leave no stone unturned. And if you
Absolutely.
show effort with Dennis, it don't matter if you get knocked out and you can't box again because you'll have made a mate, won't you? But if you don't show effort with
Yeah,
Dennis,
exactly. Yeah,
no, he'll just think you're mugging him off, Dennis, and you know.
yeah. You're wasting his time.
So you just do your best. That's all you can do, isn't it? That's all you can do. You're a limited boxer, and
Yeah,
hopefully Dennis
absolutely.
matches you accordingly. And you're active in that. And if he gets too much in one fight, Towel could come in, but he could be an active journeyman, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what happens.
Well, let's
We
talk.
will see
Let's
what's
talk
happening.
Turkey here, Max. You're not going to win a British title, are you? Be
Been
honest.
through this, haven't we? How many times have we been through
Yeah, I'm
this?
just saying. Be
No,
honest.
no,
You're
yeah.
not going to win a British title. So if you can be an active journeyman, and who knows, you might even pick up an IBO international for bronze or something. I don't know, Max, but you could get something out of the sport, and you could be happy with what you put in, and then when you get to 60, you can say, well, you're not one of them coulda, woulda, shouldas because you had a good, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So give yourself
Absolutely.
every opportunity. You're a smart enough lad. You speak bright. You're bright enough. You know where you're going wrong, and I know it's hard and that, and sometimes you like a cheat meal and that, and it's them meals that do it. But you'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I just don't want you to be figuring it out, Max, at 45, like Lee Froch. Left it too late, didn't he? Because he should have really gone pro Lee when Carl did.
Yeah, yeah, Lee Fox, yeah,
Don't be
yeah, perfect
45,
point.
pushing 50, or whatever Lee. I think Lee might be 50 now, is he? That might be 40,
Yeah, it's
49.
near to that age, isn't
Yeah,
it?
don't be pushing. You don't want to be doing pushing Lee's age, that age, having to do what Lee's doing. Do you know what I mean? When you can do it now, so you're at that age where you've got a pro license. What you're down? You're on an Irish, aren't you now?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're on an Irish license. Well, you ended the day you've got a license, haven't you? So
yeah.
that's good, isn't it? I didn't know you were living in Cork. Go on, Max. You get about you like Alan Wicker. Malta, Jersey, Cork, Estonia. Jesus, Max. Where does all Redis come
Malta,
from,
yeah.
Max?
I don't know. I have nothing.
Well, Max,
Me,
you don't
I
drink,
get
you don't
nothing.
smoke, you don't. I mean, look at me, right? Take petrol and all that away. What I swear, I do about 2 grand a month, Max. Right on stuff I shouldn't do 2 grand a month, going out and whatnot. Right, you don't have that
Yeah.
around you. You're not burdened with that, are you?
No, yeah, I'm not.
Jet
I don't even
about
go out
all
and
over,
socialise.
can't you? You can jet about all over
Yeah,
with your bottle of sparkling water, can't you?
because I barely drink. Yeah.
Like John Scholes. A moment there, okay. I thought your pal said sparkling water. I says he did. Three Stellas and a sparkling water.
What do you say? You know, we went to that truck stop with Gary, and you said, I'll just have a pint of Coke, Russ." And you're like, "All right, yeah, sorry, love, he's a bit weak. He can only have a pint of Coke. That'll do him."
Well, mate, when you've got Dolly Bird serving you, Max, and you're trying to look cool ordering some beers, and I've got you and John there with your sparkling waters and your pint of cola, you might as well have a straw with it and your packet of crisps, haven't you? And then you've got police pulling you outside because you've been in there with me.
Yeah, I know. It's the ironic. That really annoyed me. That,
Yeah,
you know what
well,
I mean? It's just.
good job I won't borrow in your car to nip to the shop for some skins, isn't it, Max? I would have been put high jump one on a 10-year ban, third time free striker. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you've got to get a quick car, Max. So if they get behind you in something, you can just whip off, can't you?
I'm sorry, but yours. Sorry, yours scares me. I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
being funny.
I
Yours
don't like
scare
getting
me.
pulled, Max, do I? I am
No.
never getting banned ever again. Ever.
Yeah.
They'll never take me alive. They can take me house, they can take me money, they can take me kids and me dogs, but they're not taking me driving license. It weren't me that were driving officer. It was Hamish McDougall. Where's he from? Aberdeen, Your Honour. Aberdeenshire. And you got his proper address, okay? No, I'm not his keeper. Chop, pop, pop, bang. Right, Max, Conor Ben, obviously, we know what's going on, don't we, with these eggs he's been eating and blah, blah, blah. He's been cleared and that. Where does this leave boxing now? And as regards drug testing, because does it mean people like you, a professional fighter out in heavyweight division, a novice actually, but still a professional fighter? You've had a drug test 2 weeks ago. Do you feel now that you
Yeah.
can go take them drugs that Conor Ben were taking, and if you fail a test, you can say, "Well, I eat loads of eggs a day."
What I'd say is, what I think is the best way is, or I mean, even said it's Julian. What is this telling our sport? Because Conor Ben or whoever's tested VADA, UCAD, whoever it was, tested him, and their job is to find their findings, find the result, what's in their system. Now, every time when they don't like something, they keep bloody taking it to lawyers. It's no good, is it?
No.
So really, it's pointless having drug testing. Then it's a pointless exercise. So the thing I'm going to do is now, regardless, I mean, I think every boxer should do it, is probably now take anything you want. And when testing comes, no, I refuse to. Because every time the findings come through, it's pointless. It's the data is scrapped. We've seen it on several times. Conor Ben's, Dylan White's, Tite's, you know, others. Yeah, I mean, it goes on. So what's the point? You tell me.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Maxi. Austin Maxi. Uh, Conor Ben's going to fight Pacquiao now in Saudi and stick his fingers up at everybody. I mean, have you seen the pictures put out today? He's
Yeah,
he's giving it the finger, isn't he, to everybody on Instagram.
I hope he fights on really good, like I don't know, Spencer, Craw. One of them just gets absolutely annihilated. I cannot stand him.
You
I
think
just don't
Conor Ben's
like him.
gonna? You think he's going to fight pantomime villain now?
Yeah, so you go, yeah, what they'll spin it, won't they? They'll spin it because once they've had a couple of fights over in America, he'll spin it where they're going to do some charity work or something. He's going to give back to charity, give back to boxing, coaching local kids, local, very like unprivileged kids, and it'll be like him giving back. They'll spin it, and Eddie will spin it somehow. That's what'll happen.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the only way, and slowly, one by one, the haters will soften up. But ultimately, the hardcores like yourself, Julian, you know what he is? He's a cheating C, and that's all he is. You know, like Dillian White's B sample, Conor Ben Seaver is mirroring going down, rowing down the River Thames. That's all it's doing. So, I mean, it's just stupid, isn't it? You can't write it. So, drugs testing agencies, no point in the sport now.
No.
No. It's just disheartening. It's just muddied the sport. It's getting worse and worse now. You know,
You think everybody's
I
like
mean, what we need is yeah, I think there's a lot of people on it. When you've got money, when you've got money like Conor Ben, you've got unlimited amounts of money. Yeah. So you've got that much of money and a team around you protecting you. You're gonna find ways, and everything's done for you effectively. So when something doesn't go right, i.e., the drugs testing thing, it's you can throw chuck money at it. And obviously, it's a household name. They've put an investment into it. They've got to protect their investment. That's what Eddie's done. If you look at Eddie, I don't know, look at someone lower down, maybe someone like let's say for argument's sake, he had a fighter like Chris Smith or someone a bit lower, who are a little bit British and less a hot household name. They won't be protecting him or doing all this 270-page dossier. Not a chance. They wouldn't be doing all that for him. It's just because Conor Ben is a milk train and they're protecting the milk train, the gravy train.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you mean.
So,
Where does this leave Robert Smith now, then, Max?
well, Robert Smith has got egg on his. Well, Robert Smith, I mean, British Board of Boxing Control are standing firm. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're sort of standing. They're keeping a firm stance over this. So, I mean, until these document is shown, I mean, I think they're a little bit more. I give boxing board control their little bit of glorified. Once they stick with a decision, they stick with a decision. They don't really go back on it, do they? So unless they find evidence, I think they'll end up giving him a ban, or
Yeah,
giving him you've had a year ban, 12 months, 18 months, and you can box back over here. Well, he's been not boxing over here for over a year already, or will be a year soon. So that's another 8 months and he's back over again. So that's what will happen. They'd be like brushed under the carpet, won't it?
you reckon?
Yeah, yeah. I think the public opinion will be out on him, but this is when Eddie will spin with gold Spotty Frank. They're gonna, spin it where he's doing good charity work. He's turning up for this, turning up for that. Supporting local and just spin it. They always do.
Yeah, it's tough times ahead for Conor Benwick fans, isn't it now? Though, now how can they trust him again now?
Ultimately, if I was Chris Eubank, because that Chris Eubank fight and Conor Ben fight is going to always be there potentially. If I was Chris Eubank, I'd be like, I'm no way going down to 157, knowing what you've been through. We will make the weight at light heavy.
Yeah.
Balls to it. We'll
What
go
do you
heavy
reckon,
as we can.
what do you reckon to Kid Galahad like in Conor Ben's picture? Have you seen that picture on your phone?
Yeah, I have. And
Galahad liking it. Well, he's obviously wants to get on Conor Ben's undercard, doesn't he? Why would you like a picture like that?
well, I'm not being funny with Kid Galahad. He's gonna have to watch it, isn't he? You know, didn't he? Wasn't there a conspiracy with him at one point?
He got done, didn't he? For he got a 2 year ban reduced to 18 months, didn't he, for doping? He said
Yeah, exactly. So,
his drink got spiked by his brother, didn't he? His brother admitted it, spiking him or something.
so there's always ways of trying to get away from it, but but this is what I mean. Kid Galahad. So why would your brother? I'm not being funny. Why would your brother spike your drink? How is that funny? I don't get that.
Is it?
It's not funny, is it? Especially if that's your job. That's like going on a construction site and not wearing a hard hat, and hiding their hat. You know what I mean? They're just walking around. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit mad, isn't it? What do you think about Eddie and Callaway? Do they stand in all this now?
Um, that they're going to always work with each other because ultimately they've got to work. They're sharing the platform, aren't they? They're sharing the zone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Obviously, Calaz is misfits and Calaz is obviously his pros, but ultimately Eddie's got his stable or what little of it's left because people are diminishing one by one. But you know, they've got to share a platform, so they're going to be sort of graceful with each other, but deep down they're going to hate each other if that makes sense. There's going to be a bit of rivalry. I can see that breaking down. I can see Calla going somewhere else eventually, and just try to keep Pally with Frank because if I notice he hasn't really fallen out with people like Frank Warren, has he? Because he gets one or two of his fighters on Frank's show, so you know, we'll see. But I can see it being diminished, that relationship, though.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? What do you think to Zhang against Joyce, Max?
It's a good it's a good test for Joyce. When I say a good test, it's a good dust up. Okay, it's not pay per view, but he's going to have his moments, saying one or two moments. But I think ultimately Joyce will be just too strong for him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think it's going to be the same sort of once Zhang finds out his power. Obviously it's on BT Sport. While I'm on the subject of BT, I cannot stand Richie Woodall's commentating. He has this thing where he says he's got to find his range. He says it all the time. It's like he says it 5 times a fight. It really wise, but anyway,
You have to
I'm going
find
on
your
different
range,
thing.
don't you? If you've got long arms and that, that's going to be your game plan, isn't it, to keep them at range. So you have to find it at the beginning of the fight, don't you?
It seems to be his default thing. He says it, and that's all he's got. Um, he just annoys me, Richie Woodall. I think he's a crap commentator.
I've just
But
got
no,
Max.
ultimately,
Shut up, Max. I've just got Kevo, Max on here, so I'll ring you back. Yeah. Well, yeah. Have you asked Kev to
who's
sponsor?
that, Kev?
Kev to sponsor you, Max?
I thought we were going to do Gary.
Yeah, Gary's going to sponsor. Well, if you ask him, I'm sure he'll sponsor Souls of your trainers.
Yeah, exactly. When I get sparked out. No, I'm going off topic now. No, Joyce will walk him down, and it will be too much for Zhang. I think Zhang though, with him though,
Yeah, go on.
he's a bit of a rare breed. He's a bit of a rare breed because he's come into it late a little bit, late 30s, and he's got I don't know a bit is you get a bit of life in him. So it'd be interesting. I think he'll get a couple of good rounds against Joyce, but I think midway through maybe seven, Joyce stops him. But it's just the relentless. He just doesn't stop Joe Joyce, does he?
No, he don't.
So
He done. It's going to be an interesting one, Max, moving forward. But let's say Joyce deals with Zhang. Do you think Dylan White might call Joyce out?
no,
With,
no, not a chance
with his
because
season
he's
on
not
Derek
over
winning that
40. He's look, Dylan White is not over 40. He ain't got COVID and he hasn't been bashing about. So it would be a Derek Chisora. It would nah. I'll tell you what'll happen. AJ will be. I'll predict this now. He will box on the outside against Jermaine Franklin, like he did against Ruiz the second fight. Get the points victory, then call out Dylan White. That's what'll happen.
What
Create that narrative.
what about Dylan White putting it about that he might have to deal with Derek? What could they call that though? The last dance.
The last dance. um, they could call it like grandpa's going at it or something. I don't know.
Hey, unbelievable, isn't it? Well, Dylan White,
Yeah.
if he wants to be a world champion now, he's got to go through Joyce, Ergovic, or any of them, hasn't he? To get it mixed or Dubois. He's got to go through them guys, hasn't he? To get back in
He's
mix.
got he's
No.
he's got to go backwards before going forwards. Dylan White. He's got to fight someone very good domestically. So let's look at someone like maybe let's see Fraser Clark in with him.
Yeah. It's Big Phrase.
I think Fraser Clark will deal with him. You
What
know,
about what about you against It's Big Phrase?
I'd rather chuck myself off into Malta Arena here personally.
How's
Um,
Big Phrase got his man strength yet? Because he's 32, isn't he?
wow. I think he beats Fabio Wardley. You know,
Do you?
I think he's that good. Yeah. We haven't seen. Look, we haven't seen the best of him. But how can we see the best of him when you just put in tomato tins in with him? Because, like, when you put in with a good opponent,
Yeah.
your level automatically rises, doesn't it? So we haven't seen that from Fraser. We're just seeing just crap sort of chucked at him.
What do you
So
what do you think,
ultimately,
Max, about the rumour doing the rounds that it's Big Phrase put hands on the can man?
oh, has that happened?
That's what I'm hearing off a very, 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 very good source who was there.
Well, if that's the case, Diddy and White won't want anything of that. I mean, let's see big phrase against someone like Babbage.
Alan Babbage. Let's see
Yeah,
Dave
well, where has
Allen
he gone?
against Alan Babbage. I want to see the White Rhino against Alan Babbage. I just want the White Rhino to run over him. He's annoying me, that Alan Babbage. I don't like him.
He's got a high work rate, isn't he? So he's fighting this weekend, White Rhino, isn't he?
In Malta.
Yeah, yeah. I'll see it with my
Hey,
eyes.
Max, you could end up creating some intense beef. Staged
No,
intense
no,
beef. Like a Coley
can't
and
do it.
React Forte.
Nah. My beef is real. If Perry Howe was out here, there will be real beef. But unfortunately for
Ah,
him,
you.
he's getting knocked about. He's going to get knocked about in Magnus Centre by Ricky Reeves, isn't he? And you won't have to go in the River Don. I mean, I know Terry has got a car on standby. As soon as Perry wins, there's a group of them driving to your house, and you're going in the River Don. But
Listen,
I
mate.
don't think it will happen because
Mate. I've dived off
I think Ricky Reeves will
harbours,
beat
mate,
him.
into the sea, so River Don's note.
Well,
Max, if you
if I was Perry,
Max, if you and Perry Howe bump into each other, will it be intense beef, or
I
will it
call him
be,
a cock. That's for sure.
or will it be corned beef?
Corned beef. Be
What will it be,
pork
Max?
beef with you. Look, you just concentrate on that fight this weekend and just pray to God Ricky Reeves wins, mate.
It's not this weekend, is it?
Oh no, it's not this week. Oh shit! Now I keep
Twenty
thinking I'm
second of
getting the dates.
April.
Oh yeah, you got 2 months away. Yeah, yeah, lucky git.
Listen, mate,
Oh,
they'll
my
pull
mind's.
out. There'll be pull outs before then, mate. Don't worry about that. Wow, you know what that
Do you
lot
reckon,
are.
do you reckon Perry will crap himself and say, oh, I'm not having any of this?
Perry out. Going, well, listen. Just watch it unfold in the next 2 months. Watch what happens. If it even
Mhm.
happens. Just watch.
Mm.
I mean, the same White
Yeah,
Rhinos fighting in Malta, aren't they, on Saturday? Well, we'll see.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's fighting. I don't know who's fighting actually, but yeah,
I hope he does because he needs to get a move on because he's wasting time. The clock is ticking on the White Rhino. He's wasted his talent already. So he needs to get moving.
keeps putting out there. Wardley, he wants to fight Wardleys and the likes of Parkers. I think Wardley will wipe him out. Parker, it's not something I see. I can see it, Dave Allen though, giving Derek Chisora a good go.
Can you?
Yeah, they're both been look, they've been both knocked about, haven't they? They've both been like their heads full of bean bags, haven't they? They're all scrambled, both of them. So it would be it's a question of who's got it's sort of like Amir Khan v Kell Brook, who's got more left, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a question of who fries first. Right, Max, we're out of time. I've got Julian coming on. I can't be standing on here, man. You're only a substitute man of late, Max, now that you're with Dennis. You're only a backup guy.
Oh, thank you,
I'm
thank you.
only
You get a
joking.
slap in the
I'm only joking.
give you a slap in
I
the
hope, I
seat.
hope you're I hope you're all right out there. I don't know how Dennis is cracking jokes for you, Max, because you don't even drink, do you? You're a shandy man on
Oh
a
no! I just wind him up. Do you know what I do? I wind him up, and as I say, and he gets real shirty over this. I say, "Do you remember that time when Russ choked you out?" And he's like, "No, that didn't happen like that." And he gets all arsy about it.
hey,
And I'm like, "No, he choked you out. No, it didn't happen like that." And he has to explain the whole story. He gets really
I run him
uppity.
like a rash, hey. I run him like a rash. and he's
I
never
know
laid
you
a
took him
finger
down,
on me
didn't you?
since. Let me tell you this, and you'll remember that day, let me tell you. Right, Max, I'm going to get off. Have a good time in Malta with Big Ron. Give Stephen Vaughan my best. All right.
Yeah, we'll do. All
You
right,
take
mate.
care. Bye bye.
Cheers. You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Big shout out to Spartan Demolition and Welcome Estates. Booyaka! Got Julian on now. Peace out.